Hey guys, it's Tanieya. So today I'm going to be making some baked macaroni and cheese because Jeff thinks the macaroni and cheese isn't that great, but I found out a new way to make it, so I'm going to try it today. And I called my mother and made sure I'm doing everything right. So we're just going to see how this goes, and Jeff's going to be my helper today. So let's just get right into the video. Okay, so you're going to need ingredients. These are the ingredients I'm using. So we got butter here. We got sour cream. It's my first time using sour cream. And we got pepper, of course, onion powder. We got paprika, garlic powder, and then the cheeses, which is the most important part. So we got Monerary jack cheese. We got 2 things of sharp cheddar cheese. I'm not going to use all this cheese, but you always want to have enough. And then we got this 4-cheese Mexican blend. So it has Monerary jack, cheddar, and a bunch of other cheeses in here. So my mom said she'd be using this, so I grabbed it too. And you're gonna need elbow noodles. So I also have this extra bowl here to mix my noodles in. You guys will see that later. And then I have my pot over here starting to boil some water, and I put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in there so the noodles don't stick when you boil them. Okay, so now I just drained the noodles once they were boiled. You always want to test 1 or 2 to see if it's soft enough before you drain your noodles. And then I just had Jeff here pour the noodles into the bowl so we can get mixing. Okay, so then I'm taking some butter and I'm just putting that in the bowl with my noodles. And I'm also going to add a scoop of sour cream. I was so nervous to use sour cream, but it actually came out good. And I am just going to stir this together all into the noodles and make sure I get it all over the noodles. Alright, so now I'm taking the garlic powder and I am just going to season these noodles up. So I'm sprinkling that all around, and then I'm going to be taking some black pepper and I'm going to put some black pepper on top of the noodles. And then I am going to be taking some of that onion powder. I love onion powder. It smells so good. And then I'm also going to add the paprika that I talked about before. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of that on top and stir all this together. Okay, now Jeff is going to start adding in all of the 3 cheeses that we showed you guys earlier in the video. We're adding that sharp cheddar. Macaroni and cheese is nothing without some sharp cheddar cheese. It just looks so freaking good. And then we are going to add the last cheese, that Mexican blend cheese, and we are just pouring this right on top. You can mix the cheese and then pour more as you go, or you could just pour all the cheese on top like us. We just wanted to pour it all on top. Alright, so Jeff is now mixing the noodles in with the cheese, and he is doing such a great job. Ladies, make sure to get your man in the kitchen with you helping out. But no, we had a lot of fun together doing this. So he is just making sure he's mixing it really, really good. And Jeff likes to do everything like nice. He does a good job. So ladies, get your man in the kitchen. Okay, so then I cracked 2 eggs. And I just put the 2 eggs in my large pan. I cleaned out this large pan so I can use it to make my mixing little sauce. And then I poured 1 cup of milk, 1.5 cups of milk. I was kind of doing my own measurements at this point, but it all came out good, so you can follow this. So 1.5 cups of milk. And then I basically whisked that together with a fork. And once I was done whisping, I added some pepper, some garlic powder, and onion powder to my mix. Okay, so I ended up putting the mixture in this smaller pot, and then I cleaned this pot again and just buttered it So once we put butter all on the pot, we started adding noodles. So Jeff is over here adding the noodles that we mix with our cheese and our butter, our pepper, all that good stuff. And he's just adding some noodles, and then you'll see our process. I'll be doing this in a second. And now we're going to add a little bit of our mixture to those noodles, and then Jeff is going to add more layers of cheese, and we're just going to continue to do this so that each layer has cheese and flavor and goodness, honey, okay?
Perfect.
Alright, so once all your noodles are added in, you're just going to add cheese to that very top layer. And I recommend just packing on the cheese on the top layer. I mean, Jeff really likes cheese, so we made sure our macaroni and cheese was super cheesy. We even added more cheese on the top off camera. So add as much cheese as you would like on the top. And then you're also going to pick up your paprika, and you're going to sprinkle some paprika on top. We actually added a little more paprika on top off camera as well. Okay, so we put some aluminum foil on top. We set our oven to 350 degrees. Make sure you preheat your oven, and we're going to let it stay in the oven for 45 minutes to an hour. And here is the final product. That mac and cheese was so good, you guys. It's like I'm tasting it all over again just looking at it. So that's our mac and cheese, and Jeff is about to take out a scoop so you guys can see what it looks like on the plate. And Jeff said this is my best mac and cheese I've ever made in comparison to my other trials, so I think we got it down, y'all. This mac and cheese was so freaking good. Well, let us know what you guys think. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be adding some more cooking videos. This was so fun for us to do together, and we hope you guys try the recipe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.